Hey guys, it's Shy and welcome back to another YouTube video. I know y'all saw the craziness that happened between Carti and Iggy. Who would have expected it to happen? I mean, it's the holidays. People are in good spirits, but no, this man don't want to see his baby. But let's get into all this mess. I was up when this whole thing started because I got an Instagram notification saying that Iggy went live, and I was like, that's strange because she never goes live. So I clicked it, and she was going off. Now, I will be showing a couple of minutes of the live video because it is 30 minutes long, but if you want to watch the full thing, the link will be in the description box. Feel free to watch that and then come back to this video.
Brandi is Jordan's side chick who he's been fucking while I was pregnant. She claims she didn't know anything and she would never do anything trifling. Let's talk. First of all, y'all did not start fucking in May after my son was born. You started fucking Jordan in February. Well, I was, what would that have been, like 8 months pregnant? And I know when you started fucking him because he hit up somebody that you used to fuck, who I won't name because it's a well-known person and I'm not going to throw that person under the bus. But he hit that person up and said, is it cool if I smash this bitch too? Because I know you fucked and we're friends, right? And he said, yeah, it's a side piece. Go ahead, do whatever you want. Started fucking you in an Airbnb that he had rented out as a studio while I was pregnant since he couldn't play loud music in our apartment, but had you in there getting smashed the whole time. Now, bear in mind, while my housekeeper comes to clean this Airbnb for these motherfuckers, there's nobody in there the whole time but Jordan and his couple of little friends. She cleans every single room. No one's in there. Leaves, says goodnight, gets her vacuum, comes back in, and who's sitting on the couch looking like a ghost? Brandi. You were sitting in there. You were. You, girl, you were in there, hiding from my housekeeper for an hour while she cleaned a whole house that you knew you shouldn't be in. We're fucking a whole man that was living with a whole girlfriend, pregnant with a baby that he asked for. That's the shit you were doing. And you knew what was going on. You knew we were together. Or why the fuck were you hiding? Tell me that. Why were you hiding? I know when y'all started talking. Ben knew when y'all started talking. Caught you out there, went off about the shit, tried to do the best thing since I was already pregnant. I kept my pregnancy hidden the whole time. I never wanted to keep my pregnancy hidden the whole time. I thought once I started showing that I would be able to announce it and be happy, but this man kept saying that he was dropping an album and that he didn't want my baby announcement to interfere with his album and whatnot. And I was trying to be supportive and was cool and went along with this like an idiot and missed out on a lot of shit. A lot of shit that I missed out on trying to support this man. Fuck this man. While you had this girl hidden in an Airbnb, while I'm sitting at home pregnant, alone, thinking, you know what, I'm not going to say shit because I'm trying to be supportive. I don't want to seem like I'm nagging or harassing, whatever the fuck. Don't be nice to people, y'all, because they will take advantage of your kindness. This bitch knew very well what was happening. We had a huge fight. I'm not even going to get into what happened at that fight. I will spare you, Jordan. I'll spare you that. I'll spare you that for now. I leave because I got scared and came to LA. He begged me to come back. I came back 5 days later, go up to our apartment, and I see all my shit has been put, all my personal photos of my family and shit in our bedroom has all been put in my son's nursery with the door locked. Weird. So I go into his side of the closet and I see that there is a girl's little roll-along suitcase in there with some makeup and dirty old trashy underpants. You need to buy new drawers too, girl, now. Come on now, because those shits were raggedy. I will give you $50 and you can get 5 for $50 from Victoria's Secret now, okay? So this is what happened, right? So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know who this bag belongs to. He's like, it's just a model. I have some models in the house right now because I knew that we're about to move out anyway and get a house because Fuck this apartment. That's all it was. Obviously, I'm not a dumb bitch. I know that you're doing some weird, suspect, fucked up shit, but I can't know who the girl is, so I couldn't do much about it at the time, right? So I go back to LA, and he's still coming, still fucking me. Just fucked this motherfucker last week, actually, swearing that you're in love with me and that we're working on a family. We're getting a house in Atlanta next month, right? And fuck this shit. I shouldn't be in LA anymore. We're gonna be a family. Fuck Brandi, right? You don't talk to Brandi. That's what you said to me 2 days ago. Fuck that bitch. She ain't shit. She was just a bitch you were fucking because I wasn't talking to you and you were lonely and bored. That's what it is, right? That's what you just said 48 hours ago about this bitch. Anyway, back to Brandi and her trifling ass and her lying bullshit. And don't get me wrong, we're holding my baby daddy accountable too, but I just want y'all to know she is a trifling ass bitch too. Do not listen to what this bitch is saying.
This is just so much to unpack for me. I don't even know where to begin. This whole situation is just giving me a headache. But let's start at the fact that Brandi willingly wanted to be a side piece to Carti. Iggy had stated that Brandi was originally a side piece to one of Carti's best friends. And then after his best friend was done with her, Carti was like, hey, can I keep her? And the friend was like, yeah, go ahead. She's just a side piece to smash. And that's so disgusting to me that you as a woman would willingly put yourself in that type of situation. You have no respect for yourself. When Carti and Brandi started messing with each other, Iggy was 8 months pregnant. You gotta be some type of evil to cheat on a pregnant woman and also evil enough to participate as a side chick. Another thing that didn't sit right with me is the fact that Carti didn't want Iggy to announce her pregnancy because he thought that her pregnancy might upstage his album. This makes no sense to me. How are you upset that the birth of your son is going to upstage your album? Like, you're really that insecure that a baby is gonna take away some of your shine? A baby? You're threatened by a baby and your own son at that? With all the foolishness that's been coming out of Carti's mouth, I'm just looking at Iggy like, did you not notice any red flags during the start of your relationship? And Carti used to date my girl Ruby Rose, and that relationship ended because he did a lot of shady stuff. And going off of the video that I just posted about Jada and Lil Baby, this applies to Carti as well. He is a young, hot rapper. He's in his prime right now. And he has access to a lot of young women. What makes you think that he's going to be faithful? I know Iggy said that Carti wanted to start a family with her and get married and that everything was planned. You know how many horny guys say that? Oh, I want a baby with you. I want to get married. They're not going to actually do that stuff. It's all pillow talk. And speaking of Ruby Rose, I think it's so funny how she decided to put her album out on the same day as Carti's. And a lot of people was like, bro, how do you let your ex-girlfriend upstage you? I ain't even listened to Carti's album, but all my friends told me it's terrible. Save your time. It's not even worth it. But going back to dissecting Iggy's Instagram Live video, Carti real life missed the birth of his son to play the PlayStation, as if this grown-ass man can't do that any other day. And let's not forget that we're in a pandemic right now. When a woman is giving birth, only one person can be in the hospital room with her. And on top of that, Iggy had a C-section. As if that isn't scary enough, I would want my man to be by my side, holding my hand as they cut open my stomach and pry this baby out of me. That's traumatic. Giving birth is such a beautiful and scary thing that I would want somebody with me to experience it, specifically the person who helped me create the child. This story keeps getting worse and worse as it moves along. Carti didn't even sign his son's birth certificate. People who don't want to sign their kid's birth certificate only do it because they think they're not the father. But this isn't Carti's case. He's clearly claiming the kid. He's posting his son on Instagram, posting videos of them together, cute pictures. He knows he's the father. So what's stopping him? I really don't know. Carti probably likes the idea of being a dad because he thinks it's good for his image and maybe it'll help him gain more publicity, but he probably doesn't want the responsibility, as most young men don't. Also, let's not forget that from the live video I just showed you guys, Iggy said, "Carti, I could really expose you right now and tell people what you did in the argument that made me scared and made me go back to LA." I hate to say this, but Iggy was probably hinting at Carti being abusive, especially because he has a known history of it. For example, in 2017, TMZ released an article stating that Playboy Carti got arrested at LAX for domestic battery of his girlfriend, Ruby Rose. I really hope that he didn't abuse her while she was pregnant because that is really sad. But let's move on to Brandi getting caught at Iggy's apartment. Iggy's maid had left her vacuum at the apartment, so the maid went over there to pick it up and she saw Brandi trying to hide from her. The maid told Iggy that Brandi was hiding. Iggy got pissed and decided to call her friend Raven and tell her friend Raven to go to the apartment and tell that girl to get out. And let me add that it was 3 a.m. when Iggy asked Raven to go to the apartment and Raven did it. I love those type of friends like Raven. They're always on call, always on go, ready to defend you no matter what it is. The clip I'm about to show you guys has no sound, unfortunately, but it's a video of Iggy on FaceTime with Raven, and it shows Brandi trying to shamefully leave the apartment. Wow. Comment down below if you got secondhand embarrassment from seeing Brandi get kicked out, because I know I surely did. After Brandi got exposed, she decided to go on Instagram and clear up her name. I'm going to insert the screenshots for you guys. Feel free to pause this video and read them. But just a tale of caution, they are very long. Yeah, that was a lot of reading, but a lot of people on social media do not agree with Brandi's story. And they're saying that she's talking in circles and what she's saying is not matching up with the evidence that Iggy is providing. And a lot of women have DM'd Iggy and told her that Brandi was a side piece in their relationship as well. And they've also been saying that Brandi is a known side piece. She's done this numerous times. So for Brandi to get on her Instagram and say, "It's not in my character, I would never do that, I'm not that type of girl," well, you have a resume. You have so many people claiming that you were a side piece in their relationship. And in Brandi's side of the story, she claims that she was never at the album release party, but this is a lie because people have footage of her there. On her Instagram story, there was a picture that proved she was at the album release party. She tried to be slick and block out the faces of Carti's friends with emojis, but people knew where she was and who she was with. And let me just say, Brandi does not know how to play her role as a quiet side chick at all. which is why Iggy sees her as the worst one because she's so loud with it. Brandi and Carti are wearing the same shoes, and it's probably not the same pair, of course. He probably just wanted to be matching with her or something, or maybe she wanted to match with him. She follows his producer / close friend on Instagram, and she's also posting things like, proud of you, good job on your album, whatever. She's really being hot right now. Come on, Brandi, like simmer down a bit. And last but not least, Iggy was fighting with just about everyone on Christmas Day. She was going back and forth with fans, Carti's hairstylist, Brandi's family, and Brandi's friend. I'm going to insert the screenshots. Feel free to pause this video and read them. It's so crazy to think that Iggy had smoke for everyone, and I mean everyone, down to his hairdresser. That's really random. I know people were only saying that Iggy had this energy for Brandi, but she also had it for Carti as well, and she just had more receipts when it came to Brandi. Overall, Brandi needs to stop messing with Carti because this situation is so delicate due to the fact that his son is just under a year old. He's not even 1 year old yet. Also, Brandi is only 21 years old. She is so young, and the reputation that she's building for herself right now is not a good look because she wants to model, and future employers do not want to see their clients acting this way. Hopefully, Brandi can get it together and maybe find a rapper that does not have a child. There are plenty of young rappers that don't have children. Are there? I don't even know at this point. As for Carti, I hope he steps up and becomes a more active father and more involved in his son's life. The stunt that he pulled by leaving Iggy and his son stranded and taking the private jet away from them last minute was really terrible. Why would you do that to the mother of your child? And last but not least, Iggy. I'm glad you got all that pettiness and receipts and shadiness out your system because it better stop because your child is going to grow up and see all that and that's going to be really embarrassing. Anyways, I hope they can get it together for the sake of the child. But once again, we made it to the end of the video. Please subscribe, like, turn your notifications on, and let's get the discussion on and popping in the comments. If you have any more tea on this subject, please let me know. See y'all in the next vid.